Good evening, guys, and happy Thursday to all of your sunshiny faces. Well, guys, I am actually going to go and take a shower and get to bed. I don't have a Tony's or Caputo's haul for you guys today. I told you guys I might, but my dad and Jack were gone until like 7 o'clock tonight. Because they were having like the team dinner. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes they'll get back like almost like normal time. Like it might just be like 6:15 or like something like that. Sometimes they are gone until like 7 o'clock. So that's why I was like, I don't know when they're gonna be home. And my dad never mentioned anything either. I was just thinking because we finished Myers so much earlier in the week that maybe he would want to go to like Tony's and Caputo's and like try and do it later in the week instead of trying to do it over the weekend. So again, I thought that it would be helpful to just at least have the list done and ready to go if he wanted to, but he again too wasn't back until 7 o'clock, so it wouldn't have made sense. Like he normally goes to bed like around 8 or 9 o'clock. So yeah, anyways though, I don't have that for you guys, and I should have it probably over the weekend at some point. But I have been getting, actually I've been pretty consistent in editing this week, which has been really good, and like uploading, and so I did some more of that today as well, along with I also got some laundry done. I do want to finish washing though, at least get in the washing machine before I go to bed tonight. I actually think it's raining again outside, but so I was like, was that my computer making that noise? No, I think it's rain outside. It is actually currently raining outside, and we are going to have rain until the morning, and then it's not supposed to rain anymore. So that rain that we saw that was supposed to be on Friday was thankfully just in the morning. It looks like it might be cloudy around 6 and 7 o'clock, but it does not show any rain. So I'm assuming that like this is it, and then we will be good, and then we won't have any rain for Friday, which will be really nice. So tomorrow we don't have to worry about that for the football game. But the next week there is going to be rain on Thursday and Saturday. So not on Friday, thankfully. However, depending on who we're playing in the playoffs, if it's a team that's really far away, like obviously last year when we played, the team that we played was like 5 hours away, I think, or something like that, or like 4 something hours away. And because of that, we obviously couldn't play on Friday because the kids had school. Like we had to leave at like, I don't even remember what time. I think I got up around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We left at like 6 o'clock or something like that. And we were gone, like I said, for like 5-hour drive or 4-hour drive, whatever it was. Then we obviously were at the football game. Then we left and then came back, and then we're gone for another, you know, like 4 or 5 hours, whatever it was. We got home super late at night. Well, not super late at night, but like it was late into the evening when we finally got back, and we were gone literally the entire day, like almost a full like 24-hour kind of thing, just because the drive was so long in the morning to get there. We did have a little like break that they ended up taking like halfway there, but that was crazy. Hopefully we don't have to go quite as far this year, but even if it's still like a 2-hour drive, if it's anything probably over an hour, it'll probably be where they'll schedule it to be on Saturday. If we were playing something that's like super close to us, like, you know, again 15 minutes away or whatever, then obviously they probably would do it on Friday night. But like last year there was absolutely no way they could do it on a Friday because of school. So they had to do it on the Saturday to play. But again too, if it, you know, ends up where we're like, we've had to travel so far for some of these games like an hour-ish, a little over an hour on some of them, but nothing like much more than like an hour and 30 minutes. So if it's anything probably more than that, I mean, again, maybe 2 hours, they might still schedule it for Friday night, but even still, then they might try and schedule it for like Saturday instead. So it depends, but if it is a very far away game, it might be on Saturday, which I'm not looking forward to because that means it looks like rain. So like I said, I'm not looking forward to it if it's rain and we have to go on a Saturday. But and that means that it would probably also be further away. If we're doing it on a Friday, that looks like would not rain, and also too, that means we would probably be somewhere closer. Because if it does like thunderstorm though, and again too, we go like, you know, 2-3 hours away or something like that, and it thunderstorms, like, and they have to reschedule the game, that is another us having to travel out there and then come back just to like, you know, it'd be crazy. So I actually don't know what they do in that situation and how they would like reschedule the game. If they would just be like, okay, then play on Sunday, like, you know, if we had it scheduled for Saturday or whatever, or would it just be like, okay, well, like, you just have to wait it out basically until you can play, like, you know, even if it's like, if we had it scheduled for like noon and we have to play at like 7 o'clock, you know, something like that, who knows, because I don't remember what time the actual game was last year. I just know how long it took us to get there, and like, so I think it was like a midday kind of game. It wasn't like at night, because like when the ride home, it started getting dark. I remember, like, it was dark by the time we got back, but it was like I remember leaving, it was still sunny out. So, and it wasn't sunny because it did rain at the playoff game last year. So anyways, though, it is thunderstorming right now. Like, it's been lightning and thundering, and I feel so bad. The dogs, like, we haven't had a thunderstorm in quite some time, and the dogs, when, like, it hasn't hardly even rained at all recently. Like, that's the kind of thing too. We had such like early in the spring and like summer and everything like that, it rained so much, and now it's like hardly rained at all. And even too, like, it's fall now. Like, normally we get a lot more rain and we haven't, and so it's thunderstorming, and like I keep seeing like through like the curtains, kind of like there's like light that like lights up on the side of it. But because my light is on, I can't really tell. Like, it's not like it's dark in here and then all of a sudden it lightnings and like you can tell, like, you know, that it's getting bright out for like a couple seconds. But I can just kind of see like flashes like through my curtains, and I'm like, oh, it must be like actually thunderstorming, and I can hear it's not raining again. But the dogs have been getting like so freaked out because like they'll hear like the thunder, and then like it'll be like really loud, and like even like a couple times it like rattled the windows, and like they get up and like they don't freak out about it, but like they get up and they just kind of like stare at me like to make sure everything's okay. Like, Kayla, is this normal? Like, are we okay? Kind of thing. Like, is that something that we should be concerned about? Is there an intruder, or like is the house gonna blow away or shake away? Because the thunder's just been so loud, it's been like shaking the whole house. So like they will, like, if it's loud enough, like they will kind of like sit up and like be on alert a little bit, and then they just kind of go back to bed. So they haven't been like freaked out. It's funny, we used to have a dog that would get so scared of thunderstorms. Like, he was horrified of thunderstorms, and like loud, not even so much loud, I think loud noises like fireworks and like that kind of stuff. He wasn't the type of dog though that like freaked out. Like, you couldn't console. Like, you could kind of like get him to like, you know, just kind of like relax a little bit. He was just more like on edge, but it wasn't like he was like inconsolable. Like, I've seen dogs that like freak out over like, you know, thunderstorms or like fireworks and stuff like that, and they just like run around the house and stuff like that, like, and you cannot control them. He wasn't like that. It was just, he was very, very nervous. Like, he would go and like cower in a corner, kind of like scared of it. It was more like he was scared, you know, than like freaked out, I guess. But like, I've experienced that, not like a high energy kind of like scared, you know, if that makes sense. It was more of a like, he'd just be like terrified, you know, like he might pace around and stuff like that, but it wasn't like really bad. Like, if we kind of told him like, hey, go lay down, you know, like he would, but it wasn't ever like that bad. And I've never really had any other dogs since that. Like, he's been the only one that we've had that's kind of been affected at all by like thunderstorms or like loud noises or anything. But the puppies, like I said, they just kind of like look like, you know, and they're like, okay, are things okay? And then they just kind of like go back to the way things were. Like, they're not even scared of like it's funny, like I said, they'll notice the thunderstorms, but they don't really care that much. It's just kind of like a, oh, is everything okay kind of thing. But they, even too, like, we had them in the backyard, I think this year maybe for 4th of July, or like, I don't know if they were in the backyard with us, but they might have been though. And like the fireworks were going off and stuff like that, and they honestly really didn't care that much. Like, I mean, they were kind of like, oh no, like, and then they come back up on the porch with us, like, you know, kind of get a little freaked out. But I mean, we didn't have anybody that was like blowing fireworks off like next to, you know, next door to us or something like that. So you know, again, it was kind of decently far away, but still, like, you know, they were kind of like, you know, just kind of like looked at it, and then if they got freaked out enough, they might come up on the porch, but like they weren't really scared or anything like that. So I think they're a little bit more like, again, notice the thunderstorm, if that makes sense. But Anyways, they're like both passed out right now, and I think they know though I'm talking about them because like Charlie just opened his eyes. He's like, oh yeah, Kayla's, oh, and now Bravo looked at me. Okay. Anyways, like I said, I'm gonna take a shower and get to bed so that I can get ready for and get hopefully well rested for the football game tomorrow. But I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.